Level 1. The applicant. You apply for the security guard job. High school diploma, clean background, pass a drug test. You fill out the application, pages of questions, past employment, gaps you have to explain at 48. 2 weeks later, you get called in. Fingerprinting, a background check, a state guard card application. You sit through an unarmed security officer course, 8 hours in a folding chair, a video about liability and use of force. You're competing against guys half your age and guys twice as tired as you. Then comes the interview. A site manager asking questions. Why do you want this job? Can you stand for 12 hours? They're not testing your ambition. They're testing whether you'll show up. 3 weeks after you applied, you get the call. You've been hired, not a career change, just a paycheck. But it's something. Level 2. The unarmed guard training is 2 days, not 6 months. You learn post orders, radio codes, how to write an incident report. You learn you're not a cop, you're a presence. You learn the line, observe and report. You're issued a uniform, a flashlight, a radio that only half works. You learn de-escalation, how to talk someone down without touching them. You learn liability. You learn what you can't do, which is almost everything. You're assigned your first post, a strip mall parking lot, graveyard shift. You walk it alone at 2 in the morning. Every door, every rattle of a gate. Nobody trains you for the boredom, for 12 hours of nothing happening, and how loud that silence gets. Your first night, a car alarm goes off at 3 in the morning, and your heart pounds like it's a robbery. It's the wind. You laugh at yourself in the dark. You clip on your radio. You are now a security guard. Level 3. The site guard. Your first real post is a retail plaza, 6 months in. You work alone most nights. No partner, no backup for 20 minutes if something goes wrong. You check badges, walk patrols, log every door you test. Your first month, you catch a shoplifter walking out with a cart of merchandise. Store policy says don't touch him, just observe and call police. He sees you watching, drops the cart, and runs. You don't chase. You're not allowed to. You radio it in, write the report, watch him disappear into the dark. Your manager says you did it right. It doesn't feel right. It feels like you stood there and let it happen. Your first year, you see everything a parking lot can hide. Drug deals in cars with the engine running. A woman crying alone at midnight, afraid to go home. A man passed out in a doorway. You have to check his breathing. You go home. Your wife asks how work was. You say fine. You're lying. This is the job. 99% standing still, 1% your hands shaking. Level 4. The senior guard. After 3 years, you get your armed guard certification. More pay, more responsibility, a firearm on your hip that weighs more than the metal. You're posted at a warehouse now, night shift, higher risk site, real cargo worth real money. You know the site cold, every blind corner, every camera with a dead angle, every employee who works late for no good reason. One night, a badge doesn't scan right. An employee terminated that afternoon tries to walk back onto the floor. He's angry. He says he forgot his tools. Your hand doesn't move to your weapon, but your whole body goes still, watching his hands, watching his eyes. You talk him down, walk him out, log it, call it in. He never comes back. Nothing happened. But for those 2 minutes, you thought something might. This happens every few months. The fear never fully goes away. You just learn to read a room faster than you used to. You've written 400 incident reports, stopped 3 break-ins. Nobody outside this fence knows your name. Level 5, the shift supervisor. 6 years in, you're promoted to shift supervisor. 4 guards report to you now. You don't walk every post anymore. You manage the ones who do. You approve schedules, fill last-minute call-outs, handle the radio when things go sideways. One of your guards falls asleep on post, caught on camera by the client. You have to write him up, maybe get him fired. He's got 3 kids and rent due. You do it anyway, because the client is watching, because the job depends on it. He's angry. He blames you. You did what the job required, even though it cost you a friend on the crew. A medical emergency call comes in at your busiest site. A customer collapsed in an aisle. You coordinate your guards, clear the area, get EMS through the doors in under 4 minutes. The man survives. No one from corporate calls to say thank you. You already knew they wouldn't. Level 6. The site supervisor. 10 years on the job. You run an entire site now, a corporate office building, 3 shifts, 12 guards under you. You manage the roster, the equipment, the relationship with the building's property manager, who calls you the second anything looks wrong. An after-hours breach happens on a Saturday, a side door propped open, a laptop stolen off a fourth-floor desk. It's your fault by default, your site, your watch. You review the footage for 6 hours, find the guard who propped the door for a smoke break, and now you have to explain it to a client who's already threatening to cancel the contract. You rebuild the post orders, retrain the crew, tighten every door check. The client stays, barely. You've protected a building full of people who will never learn your name, and a company that sees you as a line item. Level 7, the operations manager 14 years in, you're promoted off-site entirely. Operations manager now, 6 properties under your control, 40 guards, a budget you have to defend every quarter. You don't walk posts anymore. You sit in meetings about turnover, about overtime costs, about a client asking why the coverage costs so much. One of your guards gets hurt on the job, slips on ice doing a perimeter check, breaks his wrist. You handle the workers' comp claim, the paperwork, the calls from his wife asking how they'll cover the mortgage. You fight corporate for a light-duty assignment so he keeps his insurance. You win that one. It costs you a weekend you were supposed to spend with your own kid. Your son's game gets missed. Again. Your wife doesn't say anything anymore. She just stopped expecting you. Level 8, the regional security manager 18 years in. You're regional now. 30 sites, 200 guards, a budget in the millions. A threat comes in at one of your sites. An employee posts something online that reads like a warning. You spend 48 hours straight coordinating with HAR, with local police, with corporate legal, building a threat assessment no one outside this room will ever see. The employee is walked out quietly, escorted by 2 of your own guards. No incident, no headline. It's the job done right, which means it's invisible. No one thanks you for the thing that didn't happen. You stopped counting the calls you take at 2 in the morning. Your phone is never actually off. You've missed birthdays explaining to a client why coverage costs what it costs. You've started to forget what it felt like to sleep through a night. 9. The director of security 24 years in, your director now, corporate level, reporting straight to the VP of operations. You oversee every site in the company, executive protection included. An executive starts receiving threatening messages. A disgruntled former employee, escalating. You build a protection plan, coordinate with police, brief the executive's family personally on what to watch for. For 3 weeks, you barely go home. The threat is resolved quietly. An arrest, no press. The company thanks the lawyers. Nobody thanks the guards who sat outside that house every night in the cold. You sit in board meetings now, defending a security budget against people who've never worked a post in their life, who think a guard is a number on a spreadsheet you can cut without consequence. You've given 24 years to a job most people walk past without seeing. Level 10, the chief security officer 30 years on the job. You're chief security officer now, the top of the ladder, answering to the CO and the board. You oversee the entire company's security, every site, every guard, every crisis. A workplace violence incident happens at a site 2 states away. An employee brings a weapon in, and even though it's not your fault, it's your name on the after-action report, your name in the lawsuit that follows. You spend a year rebuilding protocols nobody wanted to pay for until it was too late. You retire after 32 years total. There's no ceremony, just a handshake in a conference room and a pension that took 3 decades to earn. You turn in your badge. You turn in the radio you carried for half your life. You're done. You kept people safe who never knew your name, in buildings that will forget you existed by next quarter. Your knees are shot. Your family got the leftover version of you for 30 years. And somewhere tonight, a man in his 40s is filling out an application for a security guard job, hoping it's just a paycheck. He has no idea what it actually costs, but he'll learn. Everyone does.